Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Vagabonds, the story of Henry Ford and Thomas Edison's 10-year road trip. By Jeff Guinn. Read by Josh Hamilton.
Prologue. Paris, Michigan, mid-August 1923. Bad weather plagued much of Michigan during the late summer of 1923. Unseasonably cool temperatures combined with near-constant rain, trapping residents indoors and tamping down what had been, for the last 15 years or so, an ever-increasing influx of tourists, eager to enjoy the state's bracing mix of sprawling woodlands, arching hills, and sparkling lakes. This was especially true in the tiny, unincorporated township of Paris, named in the 1850s for early settler John Parrish. Somewhere along the line, the H was dropped. If most of Michigan eerily resembled a palm-down left hand, Paris was located at approximately the lowest joint of the ring finger. Grand Rapids, the nearest city of any consequence, was 65 miles to the south. Several hours hard driving given the poor quality of the roads wending their way through that part of the state. Paris, like most of its neighboring villages in Mecosta County, was a stop for the Grand Rapids and Indiana Railroad to take on water and load timber and other goods, after its tracks were laid across the state in the late 1860s and early 1870s. Paris residents, rarely numbering above the mid-hundreds, were mostly farmers. Others worked at the state fish hatchery in town. The wide Muskegon River flowed nearby. The hatchery was the town's crown jewel. When the train left town, it always carried containers of brown trout fingerlings to stock lakes and rivers all over the region. Many of the humble houses in town were still fairly new. A fire in 1879 had decimated much of the early settlement, and cash-strapped locals took almost a generation to completely rebuild. Early in Paris's modest existence, outsiders usually arrived as passengers on a Sunday-only picnic train from Grand Rapids that made one of its stops near the hatchery. These visitors frequently purchased drinks, snacks, and notions at Montague's store. The Montagues were among the area's first settlers. In 1923, Charlie Montague ran the shop. To attract a new generation of customers, he'd installed gas pumps out front. In only 2 decades, the number of automobiles in America had swelled from approximately 8,000 to about...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?